We're here to talk about the apexart open call. Stephen, do you want to start us off with kind of the impetus and origin of the apexart open call?
As a young artist, I was often subjected to juries that seemed to be composed of insiders and people who knew each other. And while everyone had the best of intentions, it excluded a lot of people whose work was different or non-conforming, or whose personality may have not been comfortable for people. So we've tried to create a platform that is transparent and fair, and one that it doesn't matter who you know, and most importantly, maybe where you're from, so that each year we get about 1,000 submissions, which are juried by about 800 people. We do this rather than have 5 people in Tribeca sit around a table with a limited set of references. Our experience has been that really letting other people decide what a lot of our programming is a lot more fun for us because it's giving us new opportunities to see things. And perhaps the main benefit of organizing exhibitions is that we are in many countries that don't get really their due attention. And by doing so, we provide a model for kids that they otherwise wouldn't experience. And we all remember those early experiences to draw from.
So as Stephen said, one of the big aspects or MOs behind what we do is to decentralize the opportunity in the art world, both for people who get to submit and also for people who get to decide what's valuable or what's worth showing. So we do that through our unique online process. To submit, you must submit through the online form on our website. Your proposal has to be idea focused. So we want to know what your unique contribution wants to be or should be for the open call. It should be for a group exhibition of at least 3 artists who work independently of one another, which means we don't want any collaborative artist projects where artists influence each other or respond to each other specifically. If you are proposing an exhibition for our international open call, you must also know the city that you want your exhibition to take place in, and you must have visited that location before also, so that we know you have familiarity with the culture, resources, and some people that you might be working with in that location. It's important to note that in order to make sure that the jurors are only focusing on the idea, that you don't submit a CV or any biographical information about yourself as a curator. Another thing that's important to note is that the only aspect of the proposal that our jurors see is that 500-word or less written proposal. There's no opportunity to upload images, and jurors don't look at any images, just like our jurors also don't know the names of the people or person submitting the proposal. It's a blind review, which makes it as fair as it can be and really focuses the jurors' attention on the idea only. One more thing I just want to add is that if you're new to submitting, there's a really amazing resource on our website. You can actually see all of the past winning proposals. Some of them have misspelling, some of them have imperfect grammar, but that's not the point. The point is you can see what the idea is in its isolated form and what, in essence, captured the curiosity and interest of our jurors. And it's also important because it doesn't matter what professional experience you have curating or not. It depends on the quality of your idea and how interesting it is to our audiences.
You have 30 days to submit your proposal online, and during those 30 days, every proposal that's sent lives in one of our databases and gets read by us before the 30 days are up. Is anything qualifying about the proposal, like that it's not a group show? We respond to the submitter and give them 5 days to revise and resubmit it. We have a couple days where we double check everything to make sure that everyone who's qualified is going to be juried, and then all of our jurors receive a username and a password and a link to the voting portal. Once they log in, they're served a random proposal from that submission database with the identifying information hidden. When they see that proposal, after they log in, they assign a score. They have 30 days to vote on 50 proposals each. And every time they press that button, their score goes into a different database. And at the end of that, the votes are tallied and the proposals with the highest average scores are the winners.
In general, our jury is composed of our audiences, both local people who visit our gallery in person, our international audience. We pull people from our audiences, people who are interested in what we're doing, and who want to be involved, who want to have a voice in what an art space in New York City is doing, both in New York and around the world.
Now that we've made it known to the public that you can just email us and ask us to be a juror. And that way we keep the process open and we let anyone who would like to be a juror gets to be a juror.
Another key component of our jury is student jurors, people who are in classes in universities and in sometimes high schools across the US and around the world.
I think the most important aspect of the open call is that it allows people to feel part of a process. Many people that have prevailed have submitted multiple times, telling us that they found the process to be something that they were comfortable with. They don't feel that there's any collusion or mishandling of anything. And because we get so many people from around the world, clearly there's a need and a frustration that people feel about not being able to be part of the larger discussion because they're not in the larger cities.
Good ideas come from anywhere, no matter who you are. They can all be made into an exhibition, and this is the process that can really bring those to life.
Trends will definitely emerge as you're reading the proposals, and you can tell what's on people's minds.
We really radically decentralize our own power as an arts institution based in New York by allowing everybody to bring their voice in. And I think that's the most wonderful part. There are a lot of familiar faces in the art world who tend to get the same opportunities all the time. And this is a real opportunity for other people to get involved, regardless of who they know or where they are. So if you have a great exhibition idea that you want to propose, submit a proposal to us online. You can submit a proposal for our New York City space. Every October 1st through 31st, you can submit your idea through our online form. Or if you're interested in submitting an idea for international exhibition, which in our terms only means exhibitions anywhere in the world except for New York City, you can submit again on our online form between February 1st and March 1st. Again, that's every year, simple timeline. So keep that in mind. And if you're not ready to submit an idea just yet, but it's around that time period, you can always email us to be a juror.